Okay, so last session we started discussing about working with few elements related to hyperlinks. We learned about it and the tables. In the tables, we learned about dealing with few attributes, so which are related to merging of rows, columns, and all. Yeah. So table related few important tags we learned, table tags and table attributes. We discussed about table tags and table attributes. So in table attributes, we learned about how do we put the backgrounds, background images and all, height, width, alignments. So one more option we have to see about row and column spanning. So col span, one example I showed you. Similarly, row span, how it works, we will see. So what are the options for that? This is the table. In this, I showed you how we can merge the columns. For merging of columns, we have to use the option col span. Similarly, for merging of rows, we have to use row span. So we will see how the row span works. So let's go to the design. Now to merge the rows, for example, in header section, T head. In this header section, we have two rows. The first row contains this name and address heading. Second row contains this. I am adding one more row in that table header. In that, I given a table heading cell. So I defined as head section. We configured as head section. And in the head section, you can see we have these options. Let's run this one more time. So we defined that in the head section. Now I want this head section to merge two rows. It should merge two rows. So merging of rows, we need to define two rows. So to merge two rows, what we have to do? So for this table header, we have to use an option row span. We need to define the option row span. So in that row span, how many rows we want to merge? You have to define the number. Actually, including the current row, we have two other rows to merge. So better how to define. So including the current row, then we have to specify 3. So it will merge up to 3. So you can see it is going to merge up to the 3 rows it will display. That means it is actually merging 2. So this is row span, merging of rows. Similarly, suppose we want to merge the body section. In the body section, we have to define the content. See, now go to the body section, T body. In the body section, I'm adding another row, and here I given a cell. So this is body section, and you can see that is the body section. Now I want this to merge 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So including the current row, we have to define. So row span as 5. Then it is going to merge 5 rows. So whenever you want to merge the rows, then at the footer section, again, I am giving another row. In that we have a table header, and here we have row span. This is footer section. And here we will define row span as 2, including the first one. So it will merge like this. So we can merge the columns or we can merge the rows. So how do we define? So call span. So the call span, it can merge multiple columns into single cell. For that, we have to use the attribute like this. We have to define in table cell. We have to use call span. How many columns you want to merge? You have to define. You can use in TD or you can use in TH. So call span, so is equal to 4. So row span, call span options are defined in either TD or TH, not in TR or any another location, only in TD or TH. So row span, same. So it will merge multiple rows into single cell. We have to define TD row span, some 2 rows or 3 rows. So TH, we can define row span as 2 or 3. That's how we configure merging of rows and columns in a table. So when we are designing the table, if you want to arrange information into rows and columns, then this is the approach we have to follow. Generally, tables are used for arranging data into rows and columns. So when you are designing tables, actually table can be nested. You can have nested tables. That means a table inside another table. We will see one example. Generally in real-time requirements, we will have a table inside another table in so many occasions. We will see how we can define a table inside another table, how you can configure multiple tables. So let's see. Suppose that means now we are going to see nested tables. Nested tables is nothing but you can design a table within another table. You can design a table within another table. But generally, how that is done, one small example we will see. How we can design a table inside another table. For example, first I will show you a small layout, generally a simple layout. Here, for example, we are having the main table. This is the main table. Now in this table, we are having suppose 2 rows. So in a table, we are having 2 rows. And in this, every row, we have some 2 cells. Every row have 2 cells, means 2 columns. In this left column, so we are keeping some image. So we are displaying some image. Image is something like some product image or something. And right side, so we can have another table. In this cell, we can keep another table. So that means we can design a table inside another table. Now in this table, we can put information about that product and we can design a table inside it. So this is the technique of designing nested table. Now similarly, so we can have another image in the below and we can have another table below. We can have another table below. This is nested. This kind of presentation is very common. This is a nested approach and it is common. This kind of presentation is common. So what we have to do is we need to design a table within another table. So let's create such table and see how to handle it. So that means we will see how we can design a table inside another table, how to configure a table inside another table. So I will design this through our table tags and see. That example I will upload into Classroom, you can check that. So let's go to the table. One new file we will add into the folder. I'm adding a new file. So that is nested table.html. So in this nested table HTML, I'm creating a document, head and title. Let's say nested table. In this, we have the body section. And in the body section, let's go to the design now. In the design, you can see first we need an outer table. This outer table contains 2 rows and 2 columns. First, we will design that outer table. 2 rows and 2 columns we need to design. Now let's go to this and put a table. In the table, so we don't need any header, body or footer sections because we are not presenting any headings or anything. I already told you when we started discussing about tables that in every table, we don't need all the sections like header, body, footer and all. So we can directly design a row TR. Now in this row, this is first row, in this 2 cells. That is one cell, cell 1, and this is another cell. 2 TD we are defining. So this is the first row. In the first row, 2 cells are present. Now in those 2 cells, left cell, we want product image. right side another table. So this is first one is left cell. In that we want the product image source. It is from assets, some shoe.jpg. Some width we define as 100 and height 100. So this is the table cell with height and width defined. And beside this, in this right side cell, we want another table. So then I can design another table. In this, we can design rows, table row in that table cell. So here we defined name in the cell beside. So name is some like Nike casual, like this. Similarly, another row in that we have price, and beside it we will display some price. Some another row where we define stock, and another cell some available, like this. Now I will save this. So let's run and see. Initially, we are not giving any borders, frames and all. Let's check that. This is the table. Now for main table, the main table is the top. Here I'm giving width as some 600 pixels, border as 1. I given cell spacing as some 20 pixels. So cell padding as 10 pixels. Now you can see the outer table is there. This is outer table. Now in the right side cell, we are having a table again. So that means this is the inner table we are having. For inner table, suppose I am giving frame as box. Rules is equal to all. Already we learned about what is frame and what are rules, how they are configured. And you can see that is defined. Now for inner table also, I am defining as width some 100%, width 100%. Then it will set the width 100% to fit in it. Suppose I want to remove the frame, we already learned I can give frame as void, then it will get that and it will display. It depends on your requirement, how you want to configure. So every table, even it is inside, all the options are same. Only the point is we are arranging in rows and columns. Inside that we are having multiple tables nested according to the requirement and the situation we have to define. So suppose now I want to add another product related information. So same, after the first row, second row. Let me show you one more time here. First cell and second cell. In the first cell, we have an image source, some shirt.jpg, and width 100 and height 100. And beside that, we want another table. For this table, we are using frame as box, rules as all. And in the table, we have a row, first cell, name, and beside it, some shirt. Another price, another cell. So we have price, and here price. Another cell, this is in another row better. Price we want to keep in another row. I will add another row, price. Similarly, one more row, in that we have stock and we put available. And you can see multiple will come. To adjust the table inside, I am giving width for the table inside 100%. It will fit accordingly. This is nested table. So we can have a table inside another table. This kind of presentation is very common in websites. Let's take one sample from a website and design it. Let's see one example and let's try to design that according to the tables that we have learned. These two examples I will upload into Classroom just for your verification. Let's go to a website here. So I'm taking here some Amazon. In this Amazon, you can see these cards information. So let's take a design of this. Let's say create for this. As of now, you just listen what we are learning about HTML. Already I told you that a lot of things are there to learn. No need to talk about advanced concepts as of now. I hope you know this very well. Huh? So just learn what we are learning in the class. Don't get excited into it. How to create mobile based responsive. Your level is not up to that now. Okay. Don't talk about that again and again. Okay. So we are step by step learning. We will get to know about every concept one by one. So don't get overexcited about it. Okay. Because yesterday I saw some people messaging like how to design mobile compatible. You just started your HTML. Don't talk too much nonsense. Okay. So you just started and you can't talk about mobile response. Your level is not up to that now. So after all, learning few days of HTML doesn't make you design responsiveness. I will see your levels of by conducting tests up to now what we have learned. Then I will talk to everybody about your talent, how responsiveness you will be designing. Huh? I will see individually, I will make note of these people and see whether in future also they have the same excitement or not. Okay. Because when you are learning level by level, every concept you will able to understand. Okay. Now let's design this part. You see now in this organizing information, if you can design this part, that will be very important. Yeah. Let's create this part and see. Actually, in the design now, in the design, this area we will try to create. This area we will try to create. I will show you one part, rest of things we can try. This we will try to design. Actually here, to design only this part. So here we have only one row. Here we are having one row. In a table, we have one row. Let me copy this for you. And let's take here. So let's create this design. In this design, observe carefully. So this is the outer table. This is outer table. In that only one row is present. In that 4 columns are there. 1, 2, so 3 and 4. 4 columns are present. 4 columns are present. In every column, Again, we are having a table. You see, in this table, actually, this is one row, that is one row. In that, below that, that is merging. Below that, this is second row, and below that we have another row, third row. So below that we have another third row. Okay, yeah. So 3 rows are present. So here we are having another row, and we can keep a fourth row also for that link we are having. So that means this is another, and here this is the fourth row where see all details is present. This is actually a nested table, and observe here every row, second and third row are having 2 columns each. Second and third row are having 2 columns each. This is how it is designed. Similarly, others also. Actually, this is a table. This is a table. But by removing the borders, by giving a background shade, it looks like it's not a table, it's an ordinary. I already told you that we can design by using display grid. By using display grid also, we can prepare it. Display grids, we will see later, but with the table, how to design this, we will see now. With the table, how we can create and configure this. So let's create this sample design. For that, actually, we need those images a little bit. I will copy those images also. So if you can design, I will design one block, rest of other blocks you can try. So let's create this in our page. I will create a new file, Amazon sample.html. Okay. In this now, doc type HTML, head, title, Amazon, and in body section. Let's directly create this area. So as per the current design, it is having a table with one row first. So we are creating a table, and in that we have a row. In that 4 columns are present. So TD, this is first column, TD second column, TD third, and TD fourth. First we will design the first column, then similarly other columns you can create. Okay, so for this table, I am just giving here width is equal to 100%, and we are giving cell spacing as 20, cell padding as 10. Okay, and very important is for the table, I am just giving a BG color, background color already will not. So I will give as gray, the background color gray. So this is the table we have. Initially, this is the table. In that we have it to design the columns and all, specify that. Actually, in this now, in this, the first cell, for this cell, I will put BG color as white. So the background color white for the first cell, that is the first cell. We can keep a padding or spacing little bit, reduce it. So it will be enough. Okay. Now for this row, I want to adjust the height according to this design height. I will keep here row height is equal to some 300 pixels. And you can see the row height increases. So in that width and all, we can adjust that. The same thing I want to do for others. That means for the second cell, so BG color is equal to white. Third cell, BG color equal to white. And fourth cell, BG color is equal to white. So background color, we are keeping it white. Now we have the 4 cells arranged like this. The space, background color for outer table, all these we can design later. I'm not giving any border here, but with the background color and inside white color, that makes everything correctly fit. So we are designing that. Background color we can change. So that means I given gray. Already you know about gray shades. Actually, what web developers do is they use on Google, you can search as hexa mixer. So hexadecimal, hexa color mixer, color picker or color mixer. You can use hexa color picker. This is hexa color picker. Generally, what web developers do is they will select a color here. So that is the light gray color like this, something. Yeah. And you see, this is the hexa color code given for that. At the bottom, you will get hexa color code. Copy it. And so after copying it, you can use here. Already we learned how to write hexa codes. The background, I will keep that hexa code. This makes the appearance. So here it will be like this. Now that is according to your requirement, how you want to configure, and that gives little bit light color in the background. So for table, we are not giving any order. If you want to color, mix and shade, you can define in this way. See, for table, I'm using, suppose I'm using rules. Rules is equal to all. That means it will keep the rules like this. And frame is equal to box. So it will keep the frame box like this. But we don't want to do that. So we will just keep this and we will display. Here, I will just display in this way. Background colors according to your requirement, you can configure. Okay. That means for general people, it doesn't look like a table, but actually it is a table. Okay, now inside every column, so we need 4 cells. For example, let me take this, these type of banners and copy them. Those type of banners we will copy. First, anyone, if you design others similar, okay. First, in the first cell, let's go to the first cell. In this first cell, what I am designing is, we need a table with 4 rows. So let's create a table inside it. And this table contains 4 rows. This is row 1. And this is row 2. And row 3. And row 4. Okay. In the first row, only one cell is present. So in the first row, we will keep TD. One cell is present. Second row, 2 cells are present. So let's go to the second row, TD. This is one and this is another. Okay. Third row also two cells are present. Third row, TD and TD. Fourth row, one cell only present. So in the fourth row, TD. Like this we design. So we have to first create the outline. We need to first design the outline. So that is a table inner and inside that 4 rows. Okay. Now in this, that is how it looks like. After you add content, all the tables, rows, columns, width, height, you have to adjust. Actually, now it will adjust according to content inside. Okay. Now in the first row, observe the design first cell. Suppose we are having up to 50% of Alexa, Fire, or up to 80% of men's fashion. Suppose I am trying to create that. So in the first cell, I am keeping a heading. Heading style, I am giving heading. And according to that, up to 80% off. 80% off. And I given, so men's fashion. Like this I am adding. Now that is the design, and you can see it looks like this. See, according to the content, you see others width adjusted because in other cells we have empty. Later when you put the content, all will fit correctly. So that is the option. And if you want to change the font size, let's go a font style. Let's go to style in the head. And for body, I given as font family Arial. Okay. Just Arial I defined. And the font family Arial, it will give in this way. You can adjust the size more according to your. Every cell can have a different width also. I already told you. Suppose width I defined as 200. Then according to that width will be adjusted. According to that width will be adjusted. For every cell, if you can share the correct height and width, then it will be uniform. Okay, 80% of on men's fashion. That is the first row. In the second row, we need these two images with some paragraph inside. Second row, third row, we have to design in that way. We need those images actually. So in the Amazon, so here, let's copy these images. I will right click, save image as. So I will give as MF1, that is men's fashion 1 in our project folder. This is in assets. In assets, let's create this. In assets, we are here MF1. Okay. And that's fine. Now, similarly, I will copy this image, save image as MF2. Okay. So this image MF3. In that particular category, I am saving this. And MS4. MF4. So MF4. Okay. These are the images. Now you can see here 4 images I copied. Let's put them in the page. Now this is the first cell. Now the second row have 2 cells. Third row is also having 2 cells. So first row is having only 1 cell. which should merge up to two cells, then we have to just use an option call span as 2, because below we have 2. Okay, now in the first cell, I am adding an image, source, assets, MF1. Okay, in the second cell, we have another image, SRC, assets, MF2, second image. Similarly, third, here we will keep image, source, assets, MF3. And fourth, here we have another SRC, assets, MF4. These 4 images are set. And you can see those images we already copied there and configured. So copied and configured. Now let's go here. Second image is missing. Yeah. So this is .jpg. Okay. Now all the 4 images are defined here. Now it depending on width and height, how you configure, how much width and height you want to define for the content. That means suppose I want to adjust width and height for the table cells, width and height for the table cells, images in table cells. Actually, if I give here IMG, it will affect for all images. Suppose width I given as some 100 pixel. Height also I defined as 100 pixel. The width and height of image 100 pixel will be like. Suppose height I given as 80 pixel. That will affect that image now. That small image, that's enough. Below those images, we want some text to display. Same like here we have seen. Deals on clothing, deals on footwear. So let's write here. A small paragraph you can keep there. Below that image, a paragraph. Say deals on clothing. So here another paragraph. So deals on footwear. And you can see those images, text will come. You can adjust the size of the paragraph. Suppose font size of the paragraph. So wherever paragraph is there, we will keep P and font size as 12 pixel. And you can see the font size will adjust for them. I will give even lesser. So suppose some 8 pixel, font size 8 pixel. Then it will be more smaller. That will be fine. 8 pixel or 10 pixel, little bit. 10 is better. Okay, I will give that and I can give it. Similarly, I have to add for the other 2, bags and luggage, deals on watches. So I'm just giving here. So paragraph, bags and luggage. Yes. And here, so paragraph, deals on watches, like this. And you can see it will keep the content there. And below, one more option we need. And that according to the design, see all deals. So that means that's a link, you know it. This also should have call span 2, because above we are having 2, maximum we are having 2. So here I will put an anchor and see all deals. And href currently hash means I kept empty. Actually later you can keep the page where suppose I can keep as some fashion.html. It will take to that page. As of now, we don't have that page. We can design. So if you want the same size, then keep this also inside paragraph, that will be better. Then it will have same size as per the paragraph text. And for anchors, we don't need underline. Already we discussed that. So for anchor text decoration, we will keep as none. Then it will not have any underline. For anchor, it will be like this. This is the first column I designed. Now the same you have to create for others. You have to create for others. That means now second column, third column, fourth column, you can design. So I hope you people can design the next other options now, because one column I showed you, the same you can keep others. So now observe carefully below this and above. Suppose below this we have another row. In this row we are having this content. Later we can put timers and everything like and design them. We don't need to worry about those timer things and all as of now. Timer things and others you will see later. As of now, I will just copy this part here. Suppose by using a sniping tool, I will copy this as one banner. You can see. I will copy that as one banner. I will copy this as one banner. I'll copy that as one banner and save this as a banner. Suppose I given as banner 2 or banner 3 in our full stack project, public assets. So we have like banner 1. Okay. This is a PNG file. I'm saving that banner there. Now I want that. So below this table. So this is our design below it. So below it, if you want, then you know how to do it, because in the table, so we have another image in the table. We are having another row. In the table, we are having another row. Second row, in that we have one cell. And this will have call span. Call span is equal to, it should merge 4 now. It should merge 4. So because above it is having that, and height for this cell or for that row, I am giving height as 200. And you can see below we will have another one. And for that, what I will do is cell BG color as white again. And you can see it will be like this. And in this cell, you can put the banner. That means in the top cell, we have 4. Top row, we are having 4 columns. And below, we can have one banner. But one problem will come, because what we have done is, here for every image, I given a common height and width. That will affect actually. Better give classes, separate classes, and apply those classes and define them. For example, if I give like this, wherever you keep the image, same height width that come. So better you can give class and you can apply that class so that it will be accordingly. So here if I give as some slide img, so that is table img. I will use as table img. Table img is the class. Class means dot. Table image, table hyphen img. Like this I will give. Now that height width I need to adjust for all of them. So what I will do is, that class I will apply for these images. So because here I will put a class table img. The same class I will apply. Same class I will apply for all of them. So because that is good, that's fine. Now below I have to put the banner. Now in this cell I will keep an image. source is equal to assets, some banner PNG, width 100%, and height 200 according to the height of the row. And you can see I can get that banner and display below. Now other columns you can design above and you can create everything below. So the background color, you see, already we learned so many effects. Suppose background color, you kept it like this. For table cells, you can keep a shadow or a border so that it will be easy for more visual. So what I can do is, wherever I keep TD, table cell, I will put box shadow. Box shadow, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, some gray. That is the box shadow gray for every cell. Then it will be in this way. That means appearance according to your requirement, you can define. That means how you want to display the box shadow, the background colors. Appearance, your wish, you can configure in any. So this is just to make you understand about the design, how the presentation happens. So this is the example for how we can make use of tables, how we can make use of tables, how we can present the data using tables. So this makes more better to understand the presentations according to real world requirements. Now this, they are not using any box shadow, they are using general options. So you remove the box shadow, background color, you put like some gray. So you see now it looks like this. This is our appearance that we created. You can put a little light gray color for clearly showing the rows and columns content arranged like this. So this is presentation of tables. Remember, you can have a table inside another table at many levels, multiple levels. At multiple levels, you can have a table inside another table. So this is the presentation, how we can create and design. I hope based on this, now you can try presenting similar contents. So that means you can try the rest of columns. So, and you try to design these two rows. So I will upload this example, same you have to try these columns. Every website will not be like this. For example, I showed you, suppose we go to the Flipkart now. In this Flipkart, you see this is the information. And you see here, everything may not be like cards. So they are using a lot of banners. And majority you can design with rows and columns. These type of sliding banners, I will tell you later. Sliding banners we can design later. So I showed you that Amazon, because that is good for understanding these kind of designs. Tabular format, nested tables will be there and presenting will be easier. So this is designing and working with tables, nested tables. These three examples I will give you into the classroom. You can try them, these three examples. Now, once we are good with tables, later we will use tables in various designs. Now, next very important concept, we will go into the topic of forms in HTML. This is a very important concept for UI developers. So any technology, Java, .NET, PHP, Python, so or full stack, anybody who is learning web development, he need to be very strong in this forms area, especially later when they are working with their technologies like JavaScript, jQuery, Java, Python, PHP, .NET. They have to work with these forms. Designing the forms, interacting with the forms will be a very big concept. So we have to understand and work with these forms and deal with the forms step by step. So how to work with the forms, how to design the forms, that we will see in the next session. Tomorrow we will do that. Okay. So today, so just I given you an overview of complete table concept, because today some more people have to join who are offline attending. Some people may be missed with the online link. Our admin will send all of those people that link so that they can join. So then tomorrow for few days, so we will have this online session for both offline and online people. And after that, I will let you know. So when the offline we will commence, mostly in 2-3 days. So then we can again continue as usual. Okay. So tomorrow, so we will start learning about this important concept, forms. Don't miss this topic, because this you have to use everywhere in future. So, and it's a very important concept. In tomorrow's session, we will discuss about that. Okay. Tomorrow, as usual, early, we will start the class by 9:15 as usual. Okay. Tomorrow, we will spend more time in understanding these forms and working with them. Tomorrow, we will continue with this. Okay. Right. All these examples I will upload into Classroom. Okay.